Yes. Hello. Welcome back to the application packaging process. So before in the previous sessions, we have covered all the source validation details. Now we are going to do how the source validation is done. So during the source validation, we have four stages. I have divided into four stages for a simple way to understand. So in the source validation process, we have four. One is pre-source validation, pre-installation source, source installation, and post-source installation. What is mean by what we do when in the pre-source installation? Pre-source installation means we gather all the required information. Like source files and what the source file is, how the source file, what is the format of the source file, and our installation document. That says how the installation should be done and what is the rules we have to follow. Another one is if there is any license is available for this application or any prerequisites or any dependencies. These all details, these all the requirements we have to gather. These all called a raw source, which will be given by the client or the user. So after gathering all these details, which is called a pre-source validation, we will be going to the pre-installation source. In this pre-installation source, we will work on the four validation process, which four rules. Four validation process which we discussed earlier. Those are one is verbose. We have to enable the verbose. Other one is we have to clear the temp. Because if we won't clear the term, we don't know which term files, which log files are generated with our application. So one we have to create a verbose and a variable. Other one is a clear term. Another one is we have to clear event viewer also. And the last one is certificates. We have to capture all the certificates which are available before the installation of the application is done. These four things we have to do before in the pre-installation source process. After after done this pre-source validation and pre-installation source, now we will be working on the source installation. In this stage, what we do mean we have all the requirements like what is the source file and how we have to install. So we have to install that source with a exe file or MSC file or loose file, anything, with the help of the instructions or installation document. We have here in this stage we have source file and installation document. With the help of these two, we will be installing this source file. But in this stage, when we are doing the installation, we have to monitor two steps. One is temp. We have to monitor the temp files, and other one is the task manager. Because why task management is we have to know how the application is running. Each application installation is started when the process is started, or and after the application is installed. Also, how the process is done when the process is closed in the task manager. And why we have to monitor temp file means what I mean we have three cases of why we have to monitor temp. When application is installed, log file will be created. That's okay. But some log files will be creating when the application during the installation of the application only. It will be created during installation, and it will be stays for some time, and it will be deleted automatically. So for that we have to copy. If any log files are created, we have to copy paste it itself, so that if the temp file is deleted also automatically, our log file we can have the log file. That is one case. Second case is after the application is installed, the log file will be deleted. So to overcome this one also we have to copy and paste. And third one is the log file will be stored after, I mean, it will be as it is after the application installation is done also. So but we don't know how the application is behaving with the log file. So to overcome this issue, we have to monitor this task manager also to copy log files, and with the help of the log file we can know how the is there any errors, is there any failures, or how the success depend by knowing to the what to say log files, by going to the log files. So here in the source installation, we are done installation of the source file. I mean installation of the application. After installation is up, with the help of the installation document. In the installation document, we know what are the rules we have to follow, and it is a user level or it is a system level. Do we need any prerequisites? I mean, if the application is showing any options, we can go through these documents, and with the help of the document we can install the software. So this, after this installation is done, we are now going to the post source installation. The post source installation means, in this case we will do the documentation. What documentation means? After the application is installed, we'll check the log details. Okay, so those log details we have captured and we have stored at one place, and we'll check the event here. If there is any MSI related, Windows installer related logs are created. If created, then we can make sure that this application is having the MSI, and we have to check the certificates. We- Is there any increasing, is there any change in the number of certificates? If there is any number of certificates, by comparing with the help of the beyond compare tool with the previous certificate before the application installed certificates, and after the application is installed certificate export file, and we have will compare, and we can come to know which certificate is installed. So these three we have kept. We know. I mean, one is a temp file. I mean, log in the event viewer and certificate. We have more. We have to know. First, I mean, these all things we have to check. One is, if after the application is installed, we have to check the ARP center is created or not. We have to capture all that thing, and this installation directory we have to find out, and shortcut. But these shortcut better to check at the last, because if unknowingly if you launch a shortcut, it will create a runtime file, because these runtime files we can't know which directory is a main directory. So to avoid that confusion, to avoid the confusion, we will check the shortcut details at the last, and we also don't work on those runtime files. We will not handle the runtime files. So after checking the installation directory, we will check the registries, services, firewalls, drivers, and the last is we'll check the shortcuts. So we know what are the source values. I mean, what are the sources came with our application. By doing these all four stages, and we'll store these all details in the document. Here in the post source installation, we'll do documentation, so that we do the documentation. It will be helpful when we doing the packaging, and after the with the help of the packaging, when the packaged file is installed, by comparing with the documentation and the installed files, we can know if everything is covered or not. So these are this is the source validation process, and these are the four stages: pre-source validation, pre-installation source installation, post-source installation. This is not a steps, but for the clear view, for the clear understanding, I divided into this process. This is all about the source validation process. Thank you.